So I don't see why we cannot start with visa-free travel. In ECOWAS, we have it. ECOWAS, if you fly into Nigeria, you don't need a visa.
Mahama talking about visa-free entry for other Africans to come to Ghana or whatever they have to do. Well, basically, I'm going to have so many questions to ask about.
Guys, so it looks like we owe Honorable Ablakwa an apology, because actually Ghana is not going to be visa free for African countries. It's rather going to be free visas. All right.
I shared this particular video when it came out about the president of Ghana granting all African countries visa free to come to Ghana. But here is a new update concerning this visa free for all Africans coming to Ghana, because a lot of Ghanaians were in the comment section criticizing the government of Ghana that they are going to bring in criminals. But watch this video to see what Ghanaians are actually saying, the reason why they don't want this visa free, the reason why the government should abolish it. And right now, as the government answer them, this video is going to open your eyes to know if the governments have actually answered them and stopped or banned visa free for all African countries. Let's take a look at the video. Don't forget to like the video, share and subscribe.
Hello everyone. I have been very quiet lately because I'm just sometimes quiet because of my mental health. I just calm down and pay attention and listen to what is happening. I have recently seen a video of President John Dramani Mahama talking about visa-free entry for other Africans to come to Ghana or whatever they have to do. Well, basically, I'm going to have so many questions to ask about this visa-free entry, because I was doing a little research. I was trying to pay attention to see how Ghanaians are going to benefit, or how this visa-free is going to bring any form of development to our nation. So from May 25th, Ghana is going to make a visa-free entry for most African travelers who want to visit Ghana. And it's like they will secure this authorization via a new e-visa platform where people will go and actually register, or let's say apply for a free visa. They will just have to apply on the platform, and then they will be given entry into Ghana. They really need a valid passport and the proof of accommodation, proof of return ticket to go back and come and go to their back to their country. They claim that the individuals who are security risk, like criminal records, will be denied entry. The goal is to boost tourism, trade and investment, okay, and also fostering Africa unity. I decided to find out about how illegal migrants enter Ghana, and then I paid attention and I realized that Ghana doesn't even have records of, they don't even have the real data of illegal migrants in Ghana. So they have no idea of how people are entering Ghana right now. So there are so many concerns. One of them is this year, recruitment for security services did not go well at all. We also saw the army, immigration, police, customs, everything. You couldn't hire the people who applied for the service. You said you could not pay them, basically. Now I want to understand, even though you hired the little that you had, it still shows that there is still deficits. We don't have enough security personnel in Ghana averagely, like basically the normal one, we don't have it. And you couldn't hire more people. So how are you going to combat security when we already have influx of immigrants in our country who are already committing crimes that we are still complaining about? I just want us to do critical thinking. President Mahama, please forward it to him. Also, still security. How are you going to monitor people who come to Ghana illegally, or let's say they overstay their visa? How are you going to monitor them? Because already you don't even have a system that monitors people who overstay their visa. That's why we have illegal migrants in Ghana already, because ECOWAS gives 90 days, and after 90 days they have to go back to their country. Most people did not go back to their country. They use ECOWAS visa and they have stayed for 3 years, 30 years, 50 years in Ghana, and they've never been out of Ghana. So now these things are putting pressure on our healthcare system. We don't have even proper transportation system that you can tell me that when these people come in, I'm not saying a lot of them are coming in, but we already have a lot of migrants who have already infiltrated our country already. And transportation is a big issue in Ghana. Traveling from Accra to Tema is a big issue. Like, you have to be in traffic for so long. So imagine adding more people when you have not even increased infrastructure. You can imagine the chaos that is going to happen in our cities. So President Mahama, let's do critical thinking. Do you think we are ready for visa free as a country, or you just want to be the Pan-African baby boy?
Guys, so it looks like we owe Honorable Ablakwa an apology because actually Ghana is not going to be visa free for African countries. It's rather going to be free visas. All right. Free visas means that you will still need to apply for a visa. You will still need to be scrutinized. They're going to check you. You're going to go through a process. But we are now waiving the visa fee. So you apply for a visa if you have to apply for a visa, but you are not going to pay for the visa. It's going to be a free visa policy. Now, if you don't believe me, let me read a statement that he put out through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Facts about Ghana's new free visas for Africans policy as announced by President Mahama. So number one, Africans will not pay visa fees, meaning that any African coming to Ghana is going to apply for a visa, but you will not pay visa fee. So the visa fee has been scrapped, making it a free visa policy, not a visa-free policy. And also, not paying visa fees does not mean you will not go through visa screening. Africans will still have to go through a visa application process like everyone else, just that theirs will be gratis. Gratis means free of charge. Government is also introducing an e-visa policy to make it easier for you to apply for your visas. All applicants, including Africans, will have to apply for visas through the e-visa platform. The novel e-visa system shall be linked to Ghana's newly established API PNR system and other international crime database, which allows our consular officers to check background of applicants and provide appropriate vetting to ensure Ghana's security is not compromised. People with criminal or deemed unsatisfactory records will not be admitted into Ghana. Not paying visa fees is not the same as automatic entry into Ghana. I think this is the point that has got all of us worried. But rest assured, and I repeat, not paying visa fees is not the same as automatic entry into Ghana. There shall be no automatic and unvetted entries. Adequate investments have been made by the Ministries of Foreign Affairs, the Interior, and Transport to ensure a robust and technologically advanced architecture is in place. Number 10, for clarity, though former President Nana Akufo-Addo announced a free visa for Africans policy back in 2024, that could not commence because the mechanisms and security safeguards had not yet been put in place. So as President Mahama indicated yesterday, Ghana is now ready to launch an e-visa platform for all applicants around the world and free visas for Africans with effect from 25th May 2026. So I hope this really clarifies it. I myself came out earlier on 2-3 days ago to put out a video saying that Ghana was now going to have a visa-free policy for all Africans. But no, that was a mistake. The correct thing is that we are going to have a free visa situation with our African brothers and sisters, meaning that African brothers and sisters who were supposed to apply for visas will still need to apply for visa, but it is going to be pro bono, free of charge, gratis. Anyway, thank you for watching. My name is Akia Kunge. If you need any tidbits, any information, any facts about travel from Ghana to any other parts of the world, do make sure you stay locked on this channel, okay? Because here, knowledge is power. Bye.
So I don't see why we cannot start with visa-free travel. In ECOWAS, we have it. ECOWAS, if you fly into Nigeria, you don't need a visa.
I'm hoping that one day Africa will be borderless, and I think it has to start from Ghana because this is a campaign that I've been on for quite some time now. I'm hoping that one day
West Africa has been borderless for a long time. We signed the protocol on free movement of people decades ago, and so West Africans are able to move to each other's countries 90-day visa free. And I don't see what the big deal in extending it to the rest of Africa is, and that's why I was one of the first presidents when I came back from the AU conference in Kigali, and we're not able to move the free movement of people. I came and passed, the regulation that allowed any African passport holder to be able to receive visa on arrival when they come to our airport, and it didn't bring the sky down. There was not an immediate movement of people from all over Africa coming to crowd into our country, but it made it easier for business people, for other Africans who want to come as tourists to our country to be able to do so.
I'm also pleased to announce that effective 25th May 2026, when we commemorate Africa Day, Ghana will commence a free visa regime for all Africans. Africans traveling to Ghana will receive their e-visas online free of charge. But between Ghana and Zimbabwe, in-laws, we have a visa-free environment already. We can travel to each other's countries without needing a visa.
Ghana becomes the 5th African country to go visa-free for Africans, starting on the 25th of May. This will strengthen the unification of Africa that is already happening right in front of our eyes, because Africans are now looking inward on how we can help each other. For example, Benin, Seychelles, the Gambia, Rwanda, these are all of the other countries that have allowed it possible for Africans to move freely in those countries. And look how much Rwanda has benefited from it. It is now one of the most fastest growing economies in Africa, and it is the country that is the easiest to open a business in Africa. And that is also because of this open policy that they've had for Africans. That is what is happening more and more. Why is it easier for a European to walk around Africa than it is for an African? And I know some Ghanaians will say, oh, they're going to exploit us, they're going to bring immigrants or whatever. But the people who have exploited you, they're not from Africa. Let me give you an example of that Russian man who went to Kenya and then went to Ghana and he started to spread HIV on women, on African women, on Ghanaian women, on Kenyan women. He is more easily able to move around Africa than Africans. Let's think about that. So it's about this, it benefits. If Africa benefits, one part of Africa benefits, then it almost always benefits the rest of that region and in the future, the whole continent. So this also means that your passport as an African will start to go up in value. You'll be able to move more freely. You'll be able to look into things like, how can I do more trade with these countries? How can I, in terms of visiting, in tourism will get higher and higher in the continent, but also for the African diaspora who will be visiting these countries. In all aspects, this is a win. Of course, there's going to be challenges. There's always challenges. But this is a first step in the unification of Africa and the promise of the African Union, which is why the Ghana will open its borders for Africans on the 25th of May, which is the celebration of the African Union.
Azay, what is wrong with Mahama? I just don't get it. What is wrong with John Dramani Mahama? I mean, who are the people who are advising this man? You are in a country where your security system is as weak as the word weak. Your security system, your border control is as weak as the word weak. Who are you trying to impress? No, I don't get it. The way we think about Ghana, is it the same way some of these politicians think about Ghana? You're going to do what? Mr. President, that will be because the old Yentiase. And the obesity on Ghana, and do you want to sell Ghana? Do you want to make the floodgates of heaven of Ghana opened so that everybody can enter? Every Tom, Dick, and Harry can enter without proper documentation. You go so cool about the immigration system, the way Nigerians are taking over our country. You are trying to be the Messiah of Africa. You are trying to be the hero of Africa. Because what you are doing too much. You need to look at how to protect your country and make your security system very tough before you can talk about allowing some other African countries to come in. South Africans are busy driving away undocumented illegal immigrants because of substance abuse and criminal activities in their country. You are busy accepting them. You are busy opening Africa and Ghana for all other African countries to enter. I mean, where did Ghana do? What did Ghana do? Bonnie Ben Ghana for the year. The fact that people have given you authority to leave the country doesn't mean that do anything anyhow without thinking. You are looking at African Union. You are looking at the fact that you want to become African Union chairman or whatever thing you want to do. And you Ghana now to you. Make sure you finish your term of office. Go home and then go and do African Union thing. Where you are going to, it is too much. It is too much. Ghana for yo. A word to the wise is enough. Mekacha will say on the 25th of April, there is a massive demonstration coming up. We are Ghanaian. Fawu Jim. Because Ghana no. Ghana no.